Welcome to Senior Living News with Dale Corpus. I'm Dale Corpus, your trusted guide through the news shaping senior living, bringing you a blend of the serious, the inspiring, and the surprising developments you'll want to know about. Each week, I sift through the headlines, industry updates, and community stories so you can stay informed without spending hours reading through news feeds. My goal is to help you make sense of what's happening in the senior care space, whether you're a family member planning the next steps, a healthcare professional advising patients, or someone just curious how senior living is evolving. Today, we'll cover a major policy debate in California about backup power requirements for nursing homes, a troubling new scam involving AI cloned voices, a look at a luxury Zen-inspired community right here in the Bay Area, this week's senior living trend, how technology is changing how communities operate, a quick snapshot of local Bay Area costs that may surprise you. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about safety and a policy debate that's making waves. California passed AB 2511, a law that would require nursing homes to have 96 hours of backup power in case of an outage. The idea is simple. If the power grid goes down, vulnerable residents, many of whom depend on oxygen machines, temperature control, or refrigerated medication, would still be safe for 4 full days. But here's the twist. Governor Newsom is now proposing to delay this requirement, keeping the current standard of just 6 hours of backup power. Supporters of the delay argue it's about costs and logistics. Meeting the 96-hour standard would require huge investments, an estimated $1 billion statewide, and only 34 of California's roughly 1,200 nursing homes are currently ready to meet it. Critics say the delay puts residents at risk. Here in the Bay Area, where wildfires and heat waves are becoming more frequent, a 6-hour safety net doesn't leave much margin for error. Imagine a facility losing power overnight during a heat advisory, residents in upper floors without air conditioning, medical devices running on battery backup that will die in hours, and families scrambling to get answers. This is where planning matters. If you're evaluating a community for a loved one, ask them directly, how many hours of backup power do you have, and what's your plan if the outage lasts longer? Don't be afraid to dig deeper. Your loved one's safety may depend on it. Next, let's talk about a scam that's unsettling and unfortunately growing fast. In Florida, a mother named Sharon Brightwell got a phone call from someone she thought was her daughter. The voice was crying, frantic, saying she'd been in an accident and needed bail money immediately. Sharon wired $15,000 without hesitation. Hours later, she discovered her daughter was fine. The voice had been cloned using AI. Here's the reality. Scammers can now create a convincing imitation of someone's voice with just a few seconds of audio, pulled from a social media post, a voicemail, or even a webinar. The FBI reports these voice cloning scams are on the rise, and once someone hears a familiar voice in distress, rational thinking often takes a backseat to emotion. So what can families do? One of the simplest protections is a family safe word, a word or a phrase only your inner circle knows. If you get a call like this, ask for the safe word. If they don't know it, hang up, and always verify by calling back on a number you know is correct. For professionals in the field, consider adding scam prevention tips to your client or patient education materials. Awareness is one of the best defenses. Let's move to something more aspirational. In Healdsburg, California, there's a senior living community called Enzo Village that's turning heads. Picture this, a 15-acre campus designed around wellness, mindfulness, and community. There are Zen gardens, meditation spaces, art classes, walking paths, lectures on everything from nutrition to history, and a strong focus on resident engagement. It's part of a shift we're seeing in senior living from facilities focused solely on care to communities that integrate purpose, lifestyle, and wellness. But here's the catch. Enzo requires a $650,000 entry fee plus monthly costs. This makes it out of reach for many families, but it does highlight a growing expectation in the market. Seniors want more than safety and care. They want connection, growth, and a sense of purpose, even in later life. Would your loved one thrive in an environment like this? Or would they be more comfortable in a smaller, more intimate setting? The answer often comes down to personality, budget, and priorities. This week's senior living trend: technology not as a flashy add-on, but as a quiet, behind-the-scenes hero. A recent industry survey found that 42% of senior living leaders say operational efficiency is now their top priority. That means investing in systems like predictive staffing, automated maintenance alerts, and digital health monitoring tools. For example, some communities now use dashboards to track residents' vitals in real time, flagging potential health issues before they become emergencies. Others use AI scheduling tools to ensure staffing levels match residents' needs hour by hour. Why does this matter for families? Communities that embrace smart tech often provide more consistent care and can adapt more quickly when unexpected challenges arise without raising costs as sharply. Here's a quick reality check for local listeners. The average cost of long-term care in the Bay Area is now about $111,000 per year. That's a private room in a nursing home. Assisted living runs lower, but it's still a significant expense. For families in the sandwich generation, juggling kids, careers, and aging parents, this means planning ahead is not optional. The earlier you start exploring options, the more choices you'll have. That's it for this week's Senior Living News. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like, and share this report so more families and professionals can stay informed. If you or someone you know needs help selling a senior's home, exploring care options, or just making sense of the choices available, visit www.simplifyseniortransitions.com to schedule a free consultation or learn more about my services. I'm Dale Corpus. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back next week with more news, insights, and stories from the world of senior living.